Oh.
You go scared. Like, you get scared. I'm like,
Yeah. They didn't mark him correctly.
Have a seat, sir. Remove your hat. Your hat. I'll be with you in a bit.
It should have been merged. I don't. You know, topics.
Third floor.
Bashan, I am reading a new book that is so good. It's action packed. Blood Guard.
Blood guard.
Yeah, it's a combination of Games of Thrones and Lord of the Rings, but it is action packed.
That sounds interesting.
So we're gonna
Is
see
it action from the very beginning?
from the very beginning. And I'm telling you, if I were a producer, I would make that into a movie.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, most definitely. Deputy Laura, how was your drawing?
It's hard. I was trying to get my characters consistent on AI. It's not as easy as people think it is,
Well,
but I'm getting there.
that's not what I see on Ink Masters. They're very consistent.
Sorry.
Are you doing new school drawings? Yeah, I do not have the drawing capabilities. My younger brother does, though. All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, you need to stand and let me know you are here. If you do not let me know you're here, I'm going to assume you're not, and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. If your attorney is not here, you are going to need to step out after I call the docket and call them and make sure they arrive. John Roberson. Thank you. James McGarity, Ricardo Garcia, custody. Yoshia Dela Cruz. Thank you. Amber Salazar, custody. Rita Dela Cruz. Thank you. Gonzalo Garcia. Gonzalo G. Garcia. Tyrell Benjamin. Tyrell Antonio Benjamin. Amadeon Smith, custody. Brandon Trader. Dylan Skinner. Jose Garcia Corona. Robert Garza. Lindsay Phillips. Jamal Fisher, custody. Juan Carlos Ramos. Thank you. Joe Ramos. Joe Maria Ramos. Thank you. John Philip McCarter.
President of Council, Your Honor.
Thank you. Robert Garza, custody. Arturo Camacho Delgado. Alan Maneros Perez, Paul Marvin Smith, Elizabeth Romo, Rodney Patterson, custody, Samantha Malik, Andrew Garza. Thank you. David Mendoza. David Mendoza. Luis Alec Martinez. You need to stand when your name is called. John Barry, custody. Tyler Ketchum. Thank you. Doris Dixon. Alberto Sanchez Jr. Alberto Sanchez Jr. Juan Ramirez, custody. Mark Reyes, John Perez, Amadean Smith, custody. Darwin Gomez.
Present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Christopher Herrera, custody. Gonzalo Garcia. Gonzalo Garcia. Tyrell Benjamin. David Mendoza. Alberto Sanchez Jr. All right, is there anyone who's present and your name was not called? All right, attorneys, these are the rules. Follow these rules. 1, if you have a client who's in custody, they need to be brought out. Do not approach the court unless you are ready to approach the court. You are not ready to approach the court until you've spoken with the prosecutor and you've spoken to your client. If your client needs to speak to the court in a language other than English, we need an interpreter. That means if you want to approach the court and you have a client who doesn't speak English, you need to have an interpreter called down. Once you've done those things, you need to ask the clerk to place your file on the side over here, and I will call you in the order in which you appeared. Here's the thing. If you need an interpreter, you need to let the clerk know you need an interpreter. Those are the rules. If we are on the record, which you'll know we're on the record because I will have called the style of the case, and you're speaking to your client in the box, do not speak behind the court reporter. Just ask the deputy if you can move your person to the other end, and they will do that. All right, everyone, today is Monday. Supposedly we're getting snow later in the week. So that's something maybe we can be happy or not about, maybe not. You know, but Sean, when we had that little snow, you know what song was in my head and it didn't leave?
What was that?
Oh, from Frozen. Do you want to build a snowman? So, all right, everyone, please confirm.
That's
Morning.
Morning. Okay, there's two attorneys on Amadea Jordan Smith.
Okay.
And there's three total cases. Got them all right here. Two are MTR and the third degree. Bexar. And for some reason they appointed me on the felony with this guy. Yes, so you see these three cases?
That's Smith.
The first one is my case. 10377, but the two other cases were NTRs. Under third degrees.
Let me go with Mr. Lester.
That's why.
If he's on his way.
Yeah. Cool.
Is your place that city?
Yes, but I'm going across the hall. I mean, Smith. We'll wait on another attorney.
I'm a day and a Paul. No.
Applicator.
Okay.
I guess we could get right up because that's just not here. I got an NTR across the hall. I'll be in just for, I'm gonna check in with you.
Yes,
Thank
and
you.
I'm gonna get a hold of him right now.
Yeah, super. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Is there an offer and have just a reset date?
All right, John Philip McCarter, come forward. And counsel, you're on this side.
Never been to this court before, Your Honor, so I'm just trying.
That's no problem. You know, attorneys used to appear on this side, but the deputies said for security reasons, attorneys now needed to be on this side.
Understood.
And I always tell people, I stay in my lane. I'm not in charge of security. So I didn't even ask why that change need to be made. Like,
Well, I'm a little guy, so I like security.
okay. All right, who's the prosecutor on John McCarter? All right, so in this case, is there any blood discovery or any? All
Yeah,
right, so,
there was a blood test.
all right, so are you gonna ask for blood discovery?
I've already gotten all of the discovery in the case.
Okay. All right, I need an acknowledgement of discovery done before we leave here today. Was an offer tendered?
Yes, sir.
All right, state you may be excused. How old are you, sir?
I'm 43.
All right. Ms. Ferguson,
Yes, ma'am.
if you'll recall this in 2 weeks for a plea deadline date, are you out of town or in town?
No, I'm in town, Your Honor.
All right.
February 10th, Judge.
All right, so we're going to come back on February 10th. On February 10th, if you are unable to reach an agreement, your next court date is going to be a trial setting. All right. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Just have a seat, and Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. And once you sign the reset form in the acknowledgement of discovery, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
You as well.
I'm sorry, you said that's a pretty good one?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Carter? Your attorney's gonna come get them. You can just sign here. You can have his email address so we can get notifications. You can just, you can. There you go. You just take off the box.
Just like I have it on.
My schedule, I was just having some trouble getting it to upload. So I can give it to her paralegal. She said that she left it in overnight and that was. And both of them, so she was gonna check it. She got in.
Okay.
She said typically though, when she leaves it in overnight, she comes in there and she something that she has to. Redo. I think we just sent it to
I'll bring my client out, I mean, I'm thinking that, not, no, no, if it is available, I probably have to. Okay. You're gonna, email to your building, so we're just gonna wait. You know.
Oh, yes. Did you get the? It's copy for you. It's quiet. Thank you so much.
We're free to leave.
Yes. It's the judge for her to sign.
Yeah.
Have a good day, Your Honor.
You too. Thank
Yeah,
you.
he, you know, like that.
Yes. Really.
And Marco.
Oh, he went.
All right, Nora, can I have the file back on McCarter, please?
Yes.
I mean, no, I'm gonna.
Thank you.
On the way out, so when we get to, I mean. If you think it's gonna be like a week. Or a couple days.
I don't know what he today, do you think never know what else you're going to? Are you like, are you going to hear from Dollar Tree?
Not really, I mean, I have to go to the case today, so I wanted to get this done, you know, within the next. But I can hang out for a while, but even so, I probably have to do it. For a week.
Oh, of course, no, let me email her and see if we can at least get it to the day.
I think it's a nice draft. It's just for two.
That's good.
I'll show
That would be a 68. No.
Has to be this.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
I've got a federal case this morning. Just wonder, I'm conferring with them. We've got all our discovery. I don't know of any issues.
I think, who's your client?
Robeson,
He was taken into custody. I think that's an issue.
say again,
He was taken into custody.
for what reason?
I have no idea. It just shows on the docket that he's listed as a fugitive.
A fugitive?
Yes, so you may want to take care of that.
Let's see if we can do something.
Yeah.
It's a pretrial violation.
I'll double check right now, but I'm 90% sure. Yeah, pre-trial, you know, third one, my bad.
The deputies will know.
Remember that one?
For what reason?
Pretrial violation.
Oh, so this was your warrant?
Well, I don't know. Is there, all right, so you'll have to have them pull the violation report.
I'm bringing it all right now, Judge.
All right.
Okay,
So then you'll be able to see what's going on.
all right.
The deputies are the one who are in charge of taking people into custody.
Oh, you're here.
Oh, is that
Here you go, Judge. Use the violation for and then the.
let's do.
Jason,
So.
if you want to share that with Mr. Sherman. Yes, thank you.
That's a 0.019. Do you have this reading on it? Three.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Pretty fair, pretty fair. Thank you,
Oh,
Connie.
that's good.
May I approach?
Sure.
What's up,
Hey.
Battle Buddy?
What's up, Battle?
Good to see you.
He's
man.
conferring right
What
now.
what do you think?
All right, thank you.
Talk about full-time staff, and I thought I had to go to Bullock before I could go to like overseas stuff. My sergeant said, nah, you're good. Like, I was like, we need passports. I was like, oh, so I put my 18 notification. I'm gonna be going to Australia.
For what?
Saber Talisman.
Saber Towns.
All right, it's our 8th year. It's our annual training out there.
Oh, Jesus.
I'd rather go there than Thanksgiving.
What part of Australia though?
I think it's outside of Perth.
Yeah, what's the topography? Like, that's not the desert part, is it?
It might be. I'm not sure, but I'd rather go there than NTC. If I'm gonna be in a desert, I'd rather be overseas.
Pick your own cup.
All right, maybe it'll cut you loose for a couple days.
It's only 2 weeks too.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, it's only 2
If
weeks.
we do a plea today,
Have
can
fun.
he be released to
Hopefully good.
return?
Sure.
Summertime out there right
And
now.
then we'll
though.
do a
Yeah, it'll be in the
PSI.
summer.
Do we need a
July?
PSI? Are they in agreement to him?
I'm trying to,
All right, so
I hope
if they're in agreement to his receiving probation and I accept the plea, we don't need a
Careful what you
PSI.
yeah, there's probation on
Careful
the
what you
table to
ask
question his numbers.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, thank you. Yes. Yeah, no, this was supposed to be sent out she was excused till mid-March. Let me see why they haven't done this. Okay, thank you. All right, let me see the file on Malik, please.
Blessings week. No. That might be a good one.
And Norma, that needs to be set mid-March after spring break.
After spring break?
Yes.
Yes. You can do- I can do the 17th.
All right.
You sure it's pickable? So she puts me.
Is that the date for 17th?
Yes,
And I think she's here.
yes, she is. Miss Malik, if you'll come forward, please. Samantha Malik. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for addressing it appropriately and being on time. Your attorney is out. Your attorney is going to be out till mid-March. So just continue doing what you're doing, all right? If you have any questions about anything, you can always come back to the court and we'll make sure you have contact with your attorney. All right, so you're going to come back on March 17th. Just stand here and they'll give you a reset form. You're welcome.
So the people call you for the, oh, he has it ready.
Sir,
Yeah, could you put Dylan Skinner up?
Skinner?
Yeah.
I just saw it.
Just said someone else was on.
Yes, you should. He went across the hall.
Yes. Okay.
And what page is Malik on?
She's on page 5.
All right, thank you.
I mean, literally the initial police report, which is great. And then from our school.
Yeah.
Judge Mathis?
Yes. Thank you. You're welcome.
I do.
Dylan Jacob Skinner. And they're not ready on that.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Let me pull him up. All right, so where are we on discovery? Last time we were here, there was an issue with the flash drive, but I think that's been taken care of.
Well, it hasn't yet. I haven't received it. It was checked today. They're checking with their paralegal and hopefully I can get it today or tomorrow. I would like to see if I could recall it in 1 week so I get a look at it and
Oh, just 1 second. So when is he gonna have his discovery?
Well, Your Honor, everything is uploaded to our e-discovery system, but I don't know if defense counsel just doesn't have access, so he's given us a flash drive. We gave that flash drive to the paralegal, and she was able to begin downloading it on Friday. There was so much on there that she had to leave it overnight, so I'm just waiting for her.
All
to
right,
see if it was finished or not.
so we should have an update today.
Yes.
yeah, I understand, but the discovery is not uploaded. It's too large.
No, she just said.
Yeah, we can get it today and I'd like to look at it and then before I plea bargain.
No, but I mean, it needs to be given to him today.
If it's ready, Your Honor, I will give it to him as soon as it's ready.
Okay. All right, so it's gonna be done today.
So I could pick it up today and then.
Yes, you can pick it up today and you can pick it up today. What, do you want to call the paralegal and see what time?
I have.
Okay. All right, so it should be ready by 4. All right, and Ms. Ferguson, I need a 1 week, 1 week, 1 week reset.
Not a day.
Yeah.
do next. One. The third, yeah. February 3rd.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so we'll be back on February 3rd. Do you have any questions? All right, we'll see you back on February 30th. So make sure that your attorney has all of the discovery. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then counsel, if the discovery is not given to you by that time, the court will entertain whatever motions you have.
Thank you. I'll pull it anyway.
Yes. Skinner.
But you've received everything. Oh, okay, just the body cam. Oh, do you have a-
Yeah.
Gonzalo Garcia? Are you Gonzalo Garcia? You need to be on the front row. David Mendoza? David Mendoza. Alberto Sanchez Jr.?
It can only download as fast as it downloads. She said she's at. My old patient's body camera. But I can't make the computer go faster. She said she's at 12%. I don't know if it's just a problem with the format.
Andrew Garza.
All
All right, he needs to come forward.
This one, right? It's just adding to it.
Yeah.
Morning. All right, missing discovery, where are we?
I contacted the detective who coordinated this investigation and asked him to provide information that he references about the section of his investigation. The detective was out on vacation and did not have access to his file. He informed me that he returns today and that he will review his file and provide whatever information he has on his. So I am going to contact him and remind him to do that as quickly as possible. And as soon as I receive whatever he provides to me, I'm going to provide it to the defense.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this for February 3rd.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. You're welcome.
February 3rd. That's a week from today.
Yes.
Sign that. Where do you want to sign? Actually, could you pull up? Sorry. All right, right there was something. Get your copy.
You good?
You're welcome. No, go ahead.
Well, if we can't get her originally, then such last time. No backies.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, like little kids do. No backies. So I think. Whoever I. Starting software.
Yes, I am. When you put that file through the judge.
You ready to go or?
Yeah, ready to go. Silent offer, real quick.
4 years.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 2524 State versus Christopher Herrera.
Morning,
Can I have
Judge.
parties approach and announce for the record? Good morning.
Jones for the state.
Michael DeLeon for Mr. Adetta. Judge, we would ask for a court reporter to be available during this PSI.
Ah, she hasn't come back yet. All right, just have a seat. As soon as she's back, we'll do that. It's very good that we would have a court reporter.
I really shouldn't ask for it, but
No,
it could
I
happen
mean-
anyways.
Oh, Michael,
So I've explained that to him. In the alternative, if the court feels like they don't want to do deferred adjudication, then we're gonna respectfully ask the court to grant a sentence of 3 to 4 years on this particular plea.
All right. So, Mr. Herrera, I want to let you know that I reviewed the PSI. I always review everything. And then even though right, even though I remember this case and I remember all the cases that come before me, I still will go back and review the stipulations in the PSI report. So I can only go off of what's in the stipulations in the PSI report, right?
Yes, sure.
Now, I see in the PSI report, it seems as though you're saying, and your attorney can correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm assuming you don't want to testify. It seems that you're saying that there is some issue with the great grandmother, that she instigated this, that she can get the complainant to say whatever she wants her to say. But then I see that, but then the stipulations say something completely different.
Mhm.
So with regards to the stipulations, this doesn't appear to be a probation case for the court.
Mhm.
And I'm basing that upon page 3 of 5, and I'll show that to you. And it's the first paragraph.
I understand, Your Honor.
All right. So the court is going to deny your application. The court will find you guilty of count 2. And counsel, you wanted to speak more towards the cap or no?
Yes, Judge. This is the cap of 8 case. If, as the court's denying his application for deferred, we're just gonna ask that the fact that he went ahead and took some responsibility in that he's pled no contest, and took this offer. And, it stops the complaining from having to come testify. We'd like the court to take that into consideration along with the fact that he has no priors. He's how old are you?
I'm 39.
39 years old with no
Wow.
priors, Your Honor. So we're just asking for some type of reduction in the max offer here of the cap of 8.
All right. The court is going to find you guilty of count 2, give you credit for any time served, chapter 62 registration. There's to be no contact with the complainant, and the court will sentence you to 8 years in the prison. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, sir.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'm sorry, sir, remember when you release, you'll need to register. If you don't register, that's going to be another offense. You understand?
Understood. sir.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Have a seat, sir.
Let's work on it right now.
Oh.
I gave you to the motion.
All right, who's here on John Calvin Berry Jr.? The attorney for John Calvin Berry Jr.? Thank you. All right, is he on the docket today?
He is, Judge, but it was for status compliance on a pretrial violation.
Okay.
However, he did pick up a new offense, and then you guys reset it to February 25th, Your Honor.
Yes.
I want to see if we can keep that date, so I have some time to look into that new case.
All right. But I do need to make a ruling on the violation report.
Of course, yes, Your Honor.
And have you discussed the violation report with the state?
On that one, yes, Judge, I brought it to their attention. He picked up a new matter,
All right.
and then you had I suppose, did you already rule on it?
No, I
Not
haven't
yet.
ruled on it.
Okay.
All right, who's the prosecutor on John Berry? Court is calling 2024 CR 012861 State versus John Calvin Berry. Sir, you need to move over. John Calvin Berry Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
Renee Munoz for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Berry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we are here because there is a second and third violation report. The second violation report from pretrial services is that you have not made contact with them and they've tried to make contact with you. The third violation report, you were rearrested on an offense. And that's 2025 PF 02617. That was probably with Judge Nahara. So with regards to the third violation report, any recommendations from either side? Do you want a bond increase? Do you want him to continue? He's in custody on the 2025 PF 02617 case, which is a theft case. And it's a third-degree felony theft case. And on this case, it's a theft case. And there's some issues where they say that he's been referred for Center for Healthcare Services.
We requested bond increase and just as conditions of bonds should the court given to him the special negotiating.
And Your Honor, if I may respond, in reference to the second violation report, I did go over that matter with my client regarding the reporting. He stated that he was seeing Center for Healthcare and reporting to a case manager, that they wanted to reschedule a certain meeting. And he showed up and they weren't there and they counted as a no-show. He had been checking in reference to the third violation report. Just remains silent as to that. We asked that he be continued on probation, be continued on pretrial bond with the same conditions, Your Honor.
All right, so why wasn't he reporting to pretrial services? Because in the second violation report, they called all the numbers they were given.
I was reporting, ma'am. It's just they were giving me a hard time. I called and left messages and I was calling in. It's just I can never get a hold of my officer. And for me to never get a hold of my officer and for her to never check her messages, my mother even was trying to get a hold of him. She could never even get a hold of her. But the thing is they're giving me a hard time. Like my first initial visit to go get medication, it was a month and a half for me to wait a month and a half before I could go to my appointment. So I ended up going to Laura Ridge. I went to Laura Ridge for 3 weeks. I got out, I had some medications, and then I went to my initial orientation visit. Well,
Just
after
one moment.
that,
Norma? Yes, ma'am. Can you have pretrial services zoom in? We're gonna have pretrial services zoom in. Yes, just have a seat and we'll come back to you. Rita Amanda De La Cruz.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right, so on this case. Where are we on discovery?
Judge, I need to file a discovery motion on this case. I conferred with Andrew. He's got a pretty good offer on it. I just need to look at really the probable cause for the stop and look at a couple other things. If we could get maybe a 30-day reset, I think we can get this case resolved.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. And you have all the discovery?
I do, Judge.
Okay. I'll need y'all to sign a discovery acknowledgement. And Ms. Ferguson, if you'll set this for a plea deadline date in 30 days, please.
February 27th.
All right, your plea deadline date is going to be February 27th. On that day, if an agreement has not been reached, your next court date will be a jury trial. Do you understand? All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Just remain in the courtroom. Once you sign the reset form, you can be excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And state if you'll get an acknowledgement of discovery on Rita Amanda Dela Cruz, please. Thank you. And what page is Dela Cruz on?
She's on the first page, sir.
All right.
Who's your guy?
Thank you.
He's in custody, yes.
You would need to be brought up.
I think it's over here. I think you may notice the setting.
Can you put Camacho up there?
Camacho? I was on my way and my secretary told me that.
All right, John Harold Robinson. Court is calling 2024 CR 006935, State of Texas versus John Roberson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
George Sharman on behalf of Mr. Robson.
And are you Mr. Roberson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Robinson, okay, is it Robinson or Robeson?
Robinson.
Robison?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Because there's a misspelling on this, but all right.
I've heard it every way, so it's okay.
Thank you. Did you sign the document entitled Application for Community Supervision?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review that with your attorney and understand it?
Yes, Your
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so attorneys, we're gonna go off the record. The whole trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal, don't check any boxes. That's my call on whether or not you have a right to appeal. Does everyone understand?
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, we're back on the record. Defense, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you okay. State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Mr. Robinson, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
I believe so, yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're charged with driving while intoxicated third or more. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Robinson, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. There's no application for deferred adjudication. The state recommends community supervision, and there's to be ignition interlock for half the term of probation. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Defense, is that the plea?
It is.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
Yes.
What motions?
It was a motion to quash the indictment based upon an invalid prior, and you ruled against us after the hearing.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution. They're asking for 1 year Texas driver's license suspension and 10-day jail sanction. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
State offers exhibit number 1.
No objection.
All right, did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. All right, with regards to the judgments that are in the stipulations, you're stipulating that you are the person who is listed in the judgment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Say again.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Well, currently he's in handcuffs and I guess this is for a bond violation. But should the court grant him probation, I presume he would be released today.
All right, so with regards to the length of probation, why should I give him 4 years?
Judge, it's a 2/3, so that was the reason that we came to that agreement. I understand the court's concern based on the stability of two evidence. However, we believe that the underlying term is sufficient to, he does not comply with terms of probation.
All right, are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
A project manager for construction.
Okay. Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
So what do you do in your spare time?
I work and then work on the house right now. And then I go and see my mother.
Okay. All right, they're asking for 10 days in the Bexar County Jail. You can either do 10 days in the Bexar County Jail, which would start today, or either you can do GPS, and that GPS would be for 20 days. And you would only be allowed to work. That's it. If you want to add to that, that you want to be allowed to see your mother, then your GPS is going to be for 45 days.
Okay, then I'll do 20 days. And my work is
different areas of Austin, so it's kind of all over. Is that okay?
Yes,
But he lives in Hayes County?
I live in Hayes.
all right. He lives in Hayes County. All right. Are you asking to transfer?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so he's gonna be doing it, counsel.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, your attorney can answer for you, but your attorney is not the one who's gonna be doing probation. You are. So do you want to stay in Bear County or you want your probation transferred to Hayes County?
Stay in, so I'll go to Hayes County, please.
Okay. So there's gonna be partial GPS for employment only for 20 days in lieu of the Bear County Jail. And that's due to the overcrowding at the jail and also different health concerns at the jail. There's going to be a $2,000 fine that'll be probated, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Transfer to Hayes County. TAP evaluation. Out of custody. Follow all recommendations. There's going to be 120 sober meetings in 120 days. DWI intervention, Victim Impact Live, and DWI education. There's to be regular random UAs. Probation, is there any, I'm sorry, and 200 hours of community service restitution. If you would like, you can buy those hours at $7.25 per hour. Probation, is there anything else?
Okay.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
What's a TAP evaluation?
That's to see what type of drug dependency you may have. All right, any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and I'll ask that the warrant be recalled.
Also, one thing, I apologize, ma'am. So the outpatient that I'm currently doing for pretrial, is that still continuing? or-
You'll need to speak with probation because they're gonna have you do a TAP evaluation and TAP will let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Because all of your conditions were pretrial conditions. These are your current conditions. All right, any other questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the pretrial motions. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a felon, yes? I wrote it in my notes, but I didn't say it. So it's 6 years in prison, suspended and probated for 4 years. All right. You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the motions, pretrial motions that were ruled upon. But because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, you're one of those people who cannot drink alcohol. And when you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol. It doesn't matter if you're in your house. It doesn't matter if you're at a barbecue, whatever, it is not allowed. And if you're around people and you tell them that you're trying to be clean and sober and they're not helpful and they just tell you, just have a drink, those are not your friends. Because what I've learned is you got to change people, places, and things. It's hard to do. But if you don't do that, what's going to end up happening is you may pick up another DWI. You're looking at potentially 6 years in prison if you do on this case, or you may end up driving and killing someone. You understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And the bailiff is gonna release him?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Robin?
Yes.
This is on page 3.
Okay.
It's a case that she pled back in November, the same day this case was indicted.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Oh, I don't think you have. Oh, you're safe there. Just give me a second.
It should be 2 files and then a new paper one.
I was best, I see. For sure, you can say how to, you're a friendly face to me.
Well,
You know.
how.
You just print another document.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Give me a second, right?
He just. Well, you don't talk unlucky. Talk unlucky. All right. We are, but we're waiting for a file to be handled. Oh.
Yes.
This case that you wanted me to contact the print file, she says she's out of the office and then he'll respond.
Well, can they do the supervisor?
If it's a supervisor, so she's out of the office.
Okay. All right. If you'll hand that back.
Yes.
You're welcome. All right, can I see the parties on John Berry? All right, we're back on the record in 2024 CR 012861, John Cowan Berry. If I gotta have parties, please re-announce for the record.
Renee Munoz or Mr. Berry.
And are you Mr. Berry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so this is the update. The court reached out to the pretrial services officer and the supervisor. At least through the coordinator. The coordinator informs the court that neither are available. They're all out of the office. So based upon what your client has told me, even though he wasn't under oath, and based upon what has happened here today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rule on the motions and I'm going to continue with all previous conditions. This is, we can go off the record. This is what you need to do. When you call, you need to document the date and time you call. And you need to always make sure that you leave a message. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
What I would always tell my clients, I would say, do you know what your trustworthy is with everybody? And they say, oh, it's not that great. I would tell them it's less than 0. You have to build up your trust, right? So in order for you to build up your trust, you have their information, you call them, you leave a message, you document it, you write it down. This is the time I called, I left a message. If they have an email address for you and you can, email them and keep those records. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because otherwise, what I'm looking at is what you're charged with. It's a crime of moral turpitude. And then you have, on the one hand, pretrial officer saying you never report it. You're saying you report it. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That is why I always like for pretrial services officer to zoom in. So hopefully everybody can get on the same page. Like maybe they don't have your contact information. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So counsel, how much time are you requesting?
In reference to this matter, Judge, a standard 3-4 week resets to look into the new case.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can call Mr. Berry in 30 days, please. And we can put it as a discovery.
I'll be February 27th.
And if you're still in custody and your counsel wants you brought over sooner, you can be brought over sooner. All right, do you have any other questions? All right, we will see you then. You're welcome.
Judge, may we approach?
Just a moment.
That's what I'm. Yeah. Okay, sure. Yes. I've done some more cases, but it's withdrawing. It happens. Were you doing ICS? It's been a long time, but it's not so helpful. It's just going to. Transport. Every I'll schedule one. On those cases, and so I was like, I don't think that's necessarily the sponsors wanting to or not. I just, they got 2 feet guards. This one, and this, I don't know when they say this, when does that come? Yeah, very, yeah. And
Oh, right. What page is Barry on?
It's on the, one second, page. Page 6.
Page 6.
You're wondering.
And then what page is Phillips on? Is she on the docket today?
Yeah, she is. She's on page 3.
All right, thank you. And they've completed that case. It was dismissed. All right, who are you all here for?
Your Honor, we're here on Mr. Smith. Mr. Beck and I are both attorneys for various things. I have 2 misdemeanors in your court and sorry, 2 MTRs in your court and a misdemeanor. He has a new number 1 in your court and a strange case. It's got the same case number but a different name and police report. We were asking the court if it would be permissible to have his cases given to me. So there's just 1 cook for the whole bowl of soup.
Sure. As long as the soup is going to taste right. Are you going to add too much salt?
I don't know. Whenever, if it needs salt,
it's too
Judge, I'll
salty.
give it.
Okay.
But I was in that to that end, if I could ask for just a brief reset, so I have an opportunity to look over the discovery and the new number 1.
All right, what is your client's full name?
It's Amadeon Jordan Smith.
All right, they haven't pulled that file. Have you all?
He's got 3 files.
And where is? All right, is he also Cambray Johnson?
That's right. That was the question mark case. Same name, same police report. Mr. Beck has, that's what I can tell you.
All right, where's Mr. Smith?
He's in the box, Your Honor.
Come down. So this case has been on the court's docket since November. And the court will recall this in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Ferguson, I need a 2-week reset.
That'll be February 10th.
All right, it's going to be February 10th and Mr. Smith, are you also Cambray Johnson?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right, so your attorney, Mr. Beck, is asking to be withdrawn so that one attorney can have all of your cases. Was that discussed with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any objections to that?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Judge,
Right.
may I be excused?
Yes, you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
May I approach in a brief matter?
Just one moment. All right, Norma, I'm sorry, you said February 10th?
Judge, I just, case I didn't get noticed on this case, Judge, 2024
12,630.
Yes, and pull the file.
I did, Judge. I believe they put it up here for you.
All right, so here's the thing. I have to go in order of appearance.
Yes, Judge.
So I'm getting to it.
I have to leave. I have to go to Del Rio. I need to be in federal court, Judge.
Okay.
So I just wanted to let the court know I
All
did
right.
speak with the defendant.
Okay,
He requires a translator, but I spoke with him
Mhm.
just to let the court know that I've already,
okay.
covered those bases. But
All
I
right.
wanted to let the court know.
All right, thank
Thank you,
you.
Judge. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. And Norma, that attorney Sergio who left, if you can call down an interpreter for his client, please. Sergio's client. Let me see where he is on the docket. Yes, I'm sorry, Guillermo. Camacho.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, commissioner, you want to have the term. All right, thank you.
Yeah, you may as well jump in with. Did you need interpretation? We used one for our last.
Yeah, I have one coming downstairs. You know? Yes? Oh, Mineros. Mineros. I thought you kept saying Mineros.
I know, I just said I heard it.
was like-
He's in the box.
Okay. When you see comes in, I'll let you know if they'll be on there.
Can I see the file on Robertson, please? All right, who's here on Amber Salazar?
Ready, Your Honor. I mailed Docket for.
There you are. Good morning. All right, so where are we on discovery in this case?
I've tried to upload the discovery, but apparently some of it's too large.
Mhm.
There's actually 10 pages of discovery. We spoke today and I gave him a jump drive just
Okay.
to sort of make it quicker.
Mhm.
My understanding is it's gonna take a little time to get everything. We've already conferred, we've got an offer, but I have a duty to at least show her all of the
Oh,
videos.
yes.
So what we were gonna ask for with your court's permission is we should have an agreement and the discovery by the 20th. Is that
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can recall this in 30 days.
Yes, ma'am. February 27th.
All right.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes. Do you have any questions, Miss? All right, we'll see you back on February 27th. If your attorney wants you brought over sooner, they'll let us know.
And Your Honor, can it be the 26th?
Let me see.
I'm in federal court on the 27th, so I don't want to be double booked.
No, we can do the 25th.
25th is a Tuesday?
Mhm.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
All right, Norma, if you put it for the 25th, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Tyrell Benjamin. Okay. You need to make sure you're on time always, okay? All right, you're dressed appropriately for court, though. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. So where are we on discovery?
There's a bunch of discovery that got uploaded, Judge. I need time to review it. There's a lot of medical records and crash investigation. Additionally, the state is looking to talk to the complainant about a potential offer.
No gum chewing. Okay.
So.
And don't swallow it. They say that messes with your intestines. That's what our parents would always tell us.
Being there for 7 years.
And then you could not sleep the night because you thought, oh my gosh, my intestines are going to be messed up.
So, so we got a lot this is our first appearance, Judge. So I'm figuring out discovery and then we'll be able to come back next time with a little bit more.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 60-day reset for discovery.
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
Don't be talking to him or you'll be stepping outside.
March 27th.
All right, we'll see you back on March 27th. Make sure you're on time. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge. Just have a seat up here.
That was for discovery, Judge?
Yes,
Thank you.
you may be excused.
I just suspect that the next case you call.
Okay. All right.
Oh, it's like.
What page is Benjamin on?
He's on page 2, Judge.
Thank you. You know, I just skipped right past that. David Mendoza. Yes.
You're on 88 here. I just wanted to tag you.
Okay. Hello. All right. So my understanding, he didn't have an attorney previously, so Mac did an appointment.
Yes, Judge, this is our first setting here.
We've conferred with the state.
Mhm.
I've reviewed some of the discovery. I'd like to just be able to check it to make sure I've got it all, if I may.
All right, sure.
Um,
And state, were you able to tender an offer or no?
Not today, I believe, what this first set is, he was asking for a little bit more time.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset on David Mendoza.
30 day,
Yes.
February 27th.
All right, February 27th. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
I'll bring you the form.
Yes, the one below. So this one is this one.
Yes.
Thank you, Michael.
And Norman, let me know when you have the interpreter.
She's here, Judge. I'm just writing the information down.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I think she's ready on the that's the one is down.
Okay.
Reset form. On.
Yeah, there.
These are-
All right, and Marco, on this case, you should have received the dismissal. All right, Arturo Camacho Delgado.
I did this.
Camacho Delgado.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Hello. Your attorney needed to run to federal court, so federal court takes precedent. So your case is going to be reset. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. And do you need an immigration attorney?
Yes.
All right. And Norma, is this attorney appointed or retained?
He is hired.
All right. So at the next setting, we will speak with your attorney concerning whether or not they are going to take care of any immigration issues. Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
recall this for Monday.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll be back on February 3rd.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do you have any other questions?
No, no.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Not she just. Oh, she said. I'll produce something. He's an include private.
Oh, okay. Sure, I will. Just give me a moment. Oh, God, I don't know. Juan Carlos Ramos. Who's the attorney for Ramos? Oh. All right. where are we on discovery?
I just spoke with Andrew Edelman this morning.
Mhm.
Let him know that there was no discovery uploaded on my end. So he's working with IT to get that situated so that I can download everything. So that's the current status as of right now.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 60-day reset for discovery.
March 27th.
All right, we'll be back on March 27th. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Garcia Corona? Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Paul Marvin Smith.
President, Your Honor.
All right, I saw that you were recently appointed and at one point he was in the hospital. So
Yes.
where are we on this case?
Yes, Your Honor. In reference to this matter, discovery looks incomplete at this time. There's believed to be missing body cam video, if it in existence, by the Castle Hills Police Department. So before moving forward, Your Honor, defense counsel is requesting that discovery to get a better picture in order to defend my client.
All right, State, are you aware of any body cam from Castle Hills?
To our attention, and I believe you said if there's any.
Okay.
So I don't know if there is actually.
So State, how much time do you anticipate you'll need to?
2 weeks, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can recall this in 2 weeks, please, for discovery.
Yes, ma'am. That would be February 10th.
All right, February 10th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, Ms. Gordon.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Have a seat, sir.
What page is he on?
On page 4, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Doris Dixon.
Also present on her matter, Your Honor.
Okay. Hello. All right, so we're here to consider early termination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
That's correct.
All right, have you conferred with the state?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And are they in agreement?
Their position is to leave it up to the court, Your Honor. They're I believe silent as to whether letting her off or not. I did speak and confer with probation as well, Judge. They're unopposed to her early term. She showed substantial compliance with conditions. She's completed all classes, community service hours, and she hasn't missed a reporting in 5 years to her probation officer.
And it appears that she's been on probation for 7 years.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and your deferred was for 8 years, and there have been no violation and no violations of contact orders.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, and medications and everything.
No medications right now.
Okay,
So no insurance. Yeah.
well, is that through, has she been going through some services?
When I was with Joanne Zerda, I had a doctor, but my insurance can pay for it, so I have to wait till they let me know how my insurance is. But right now, no drug use. I don't know why my UAs have been like, what they say?
It's dilute, but you're in terms of your mental health, you've been good
Oh, yeah.
currently as of the last.
But
few months.
previously, was she on medications?
In 2019, I was, but not now.
Well, no. When's the last time you were placed on medication?
I would say from the beginning of 2019 till the end of 2019. I have my disc is slightly bent. I was hit by a drunk driver in 2018.
So well, I'm trying to focus on the mental health. So there have been no medications for mental health?
No, you're right. I don't believe
No.
she's been suffering with the mental health more so with physical ailments and issues. She stated that she was rear-ended by a drunk driver before, and she had some disc issues. So the medication she's attesting to, I believe, was that. And I do get defendant or people charged that do have mental health issues, Judge, but this was a side matter for the court appointment, separate from any mental health considerations. More so just her being on probation for extended period of time. I mean, under what was ordered by the court, Your Honor, but she has showed substantial compliance. So she's been coming to court, wanting to ask the court respectfully to see about an early term.
All right, and state, she's done everything there is to do on probation. She had an 8-year deferred adjudication. She's been on for 7 years and you all are silent?
Judge, so it was my understanding at the time that she had some did
Mhm.
as recently and to not apply.
All right, are you in agreement now? All right. Probation, do you agree with early termination? All right. All right, well, congratulations. I'm glad you did everything. I hope you've learned a lot.
I have,
Don't want to see you back here unless you're just coming down to visit, okay?
yes, ma'am. I did want to ask you something, if I could see you, I want to ask you about something you said. You said if you could do a movie on something.
Do a
I
movie?
did- Yeah. You
What
said you-
movie?
Now, you was mentioning something earlier, but anyway, I write some stuff and I was wondering, I don't know, my daughters are in and she said that, I don't know, she did some work for you at the church. I wanted to ask you about that.
All right, what is your daughter's name?
Terry Dixon, but she's been married, Terry says.
Oh, I know her. Oh, and just so everyone knows, I know her, but Terry Dixon hasn't been into my house to have a meal. We haven't had lunch together, dinner together, so
Friend
I'm
of a friend.
completely objective, yes.
Yes, yes, of course.
No, well, congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Me too.
All right.
She'll be happy too. She's more my mother than my daughter.
Oh, okay, thank you. And they should be able to give you a copy of the early term.
Thank you, Your Honor. Greatly appreciate it. Maybe excused?
Yes.
Hey, Josh.
All right, and let me see what, there she is.
We good?
Yeah, we're good. Oh, I got it. All right, Gonzalo Garcia. Hello, you can't be late for court, you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I was ready to join by the time.
You gotta be in court. If you're not in court, then you're late.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, it's sort of like the Deputy Lord, the legend of Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last. And then his father's like, but no, you have second place, third place. But that's not the case for in court, okay? All right, so here's my question. Where are we on discovery?
Documents, indicating that some of the, alleged purchases were refunded to the complainants. I want to contact the complainants to verify that information, to ask them whether they are opposed to a pretrial diversion offer, given this person's relative lack of criminal history. I have already contacted the complainants via text message. I will speak with them by phone on Wednesday.
All right. Ms. Ferguson.
Yes.
Will y'all have information by next week?
I believe that I should.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can call this for either February 3rd or 4th, please.
The fourth.
All right, we'll come back on the 4th. Thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you excuse.
So you can have a seat. I'll have to reset right in your.
All right.
I will take you. In the bottom.
And you did it for me. I appreciate that. Let me see, Garcia. Joe Maria Ramos.
And Judge James Rucker, so here on the other.
Which one is that?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
The middle.
All right, I will take that up. On this one,
This is a PIC case that is still awaiting psych evaluation, and since he's on bond, I think it usually takes several months. It's a lot longer than when they're in
all right,
custody.
and I think we were making sure that everything is in order as far as the evaluation being done and for him having an attorney, which you were appointed.
Yes,
So do you think recalling this in 60 days to see where we are?
we can check in 60 days.
All right,
Sure.
Ms. Ferguson, if you can recall this in 60 days, please. All right, we'll be back on March 27th to see where we are on the competency issue.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Yes, you may be excused.
I'll drop it there. Thank you so much. You ready? I need you. Yeah. It's just difficult for me to arms right now. If you give me just a few minutes. I'll try to work on it.
just checking, because I've been.
All right, who is the interpreter for?
Let me hear your arm.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Let me
approach on.
Perez.
And he does speak a little English, but Your Honor preferred we use an interpreter last time, so.
All right, Alan Meneros Perez. All right, so today is plea deadline date.
He says he's okay, Your Honor.
All right, so let's put this on the record though. Court is calling 2021 CR 6862 State versus Alan J. Meneros Perez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense?
Dante Dominguez for the defense.
All right, and are you Alan J. Meneros Perez? All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear to God.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Alan Mineros Perez.
All right, so there's an interpreter here because it was the court's understanding that you spoke Spanish as your primary language and that there is some terminology or things you didn't understand in English.
Right.
So are you telling the court that you do not want to have an interpreter present?
Yes.
All right, so you do not need an interpreter.
No, ma'am.
You're not going to be requesting an interpreter.
No.
Any questions from the state or the defense with regards to his needing or not needing an interpreter? No.
Nothing from the defense.
All right, thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you.
All right, so today is your plea deadline date.
And we have not been able to reach an agreement, Your Honor.
All right, so the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you'll need to plea open to the court. Do you understand? And state, I believe, I don't know if this is criminal trial division or not based upon the.
This is a family case, yes, Your Honor.
All right. I need a jury trial date on Alan Meneros Pettis. It appears that it's criminal trial division, and based upon the offense, it'll probably be 2 to 3 days. I'm sorry, family violence. Thank you. Family violence, 2 to 3 days.
April 8th.
All right, your jury trial date will be April 8th.
Got it, Your Honor.
And counsel, if you'll make sure that an acknowledgement of discovery has been filed, please.
Yes, ma'am.
They're gonna bring you over dressed for trial in whatever clothing you have at the jail. If you wish to be attired in something different, you'll need to do a clothing exchange. Do you understand?
I understand.
Counsel, if there's an issue with the clothing exchange, let the court know. All
Yes, ma'am.
right, thank you.
With that, may he be excused?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
What's the file? What's the name? All right, Garcia Corona. So on this one, there's a motion to withdraw that needs to be heard.
Yes, Judge, the MAC called me down here to take the possible appointment after the motion withdrawal is signed.
All right, where's the defense attorney? Norma. We need Anthony Wilson or either someone from his office here.
Mac was gonna call them and try to see if they can get a hold of them since last week, so I don't know what happened or.
I don't know. They just told me to come down here and get the.
All right,
appointment
so we'll
after.
need his attorney to be present before the court can hear the motion to withdraw.
Okay, I'll reach out to the MAC and see if they can.
All right, thank you. Norma, hold him over for this afternoon.
Mr. Hicks.
Tyler Richard Ketchum.
Maybe excuse, Your Honor.
Yes, you may be excused. Thank you.
She works with.
Yes.
Your Honor, we took him into custody and he was a little bit combative.
Yes.
So they took him away already, Your Honor, but
Okay.
I'm here for him, so we thought we'd approach.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're just asking for a reset, Judge,
Okay.
to hear the MTR. It was originally a compliance hearing.
Mhm.
MTR was filed
I believe this morning.
this
Oh.
morning.
Are you requesting your 10 days?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Ketchum, if I can have a 10-day reset for contested MTR.
February 10th.
All right, February 10th. Counsel.
Got it. Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you then.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yes, friend. I still have to send you that dude with the vape case over there. Doing my occupation, I know you have to take it like 3 different places. Of course. I went to, I learned to play smart. I ended up recording.
Okay.
All right, what page is Ketchum on?
86.
Thank you.
Wait. This Hicks or the other?
Luis Martinez. Luis Alec Martinez.
Yes. Does he need to be out here? Not out here.
Yes, you need to be on your.
I understand.
He's right here.
Oh.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, we were here,
Yes.
I apologize. We were here on a discovery compliance hearing. In discussions with the state, we believe that there is a audio recording of statements made by my client apparently to one of the alleged complaining witnesses. We would like some time in order to see if we can obtain Dead recording.
All right, State, do you have said recording?
If we have it, I am not aware of it, Your Honor.
All right. So do you believe this is something that has been turned over to the state, or is it just something some witness has?
We're uncertain if it's been turned over to the state judge, but I do believe it exists. So at least some witness has it. I'm uncertain though if it's been turned over to the state judge.
All right,
Whether
well,
that's-
I'll recall this in 2 weeks for state to see if this witness has some sort of audio, and if you could let the state know who the witness is.
Yes,
Ms.
Judge.
Ferguson?
I apologize for interrupting. I already know who the witness is, Your Honor.
Okay.
Our victim advocate had contact with that witness at notes in which the victim advocate claims that the witness claimed to have a recording of statements by the defendant.
All right, so they need to turn that over. Norma, 2-week reset.
11.
All right, February 11th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Your Honor, I appreciate you. May my client be excused once he signs a receipt form.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Brandon Trader. Hello, Mr. Trader. All right, so where we're in discovery?
Your Honor, this is our first appearance. There is some discovery that we're waiting on for another case that's pending, which is unindicted.
What case is this?
The case we're waiting on is a 1 to 4. This is a less than a gram. So the state's going to be looking into the 1 to 4 case.
Specifically, it is a 2024 PF 12392.
All right, and then you have a 2025 PF 01050 that's also alleged to be a 1 to 4.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe the alleged offense date for that offense is January 8th of 2025. So I sincerely doubt that we will have a drug ID report ready for that case.
Mhm.
However, the 2024 PF 12392 has an alleged offense date from August of 2024. So I hope that there is a drug ID report ready for that. And if there is, I'd like to have it. I'd like to know what is the alleged mass of the alleged controlled substance, and then from there, make a better plea offer to Ms. Yang.
All right, I'm giving you all a 60-day reset. That's going to be your plea deadline date. The court will not consider any further plea bargain agreements after that date. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Ms. Ferguson, 60 days, please.
March 27th.
All right, March 27th. If the information is given to your counsel before then she can request to have you brought over earlier. Do you have any questions?
Sure.
All right, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Move to approach on Mr. De La Cruz when the court is ready.
All right, thank you.
Give me a second, I gotta use the restroom. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to go into court.
I'll hold off on Yoshino De La Cruz.
All right, thank you. Rodney Patterson?
Ready, Your Honor.
There's a motion to withdraw on this one.
Okay.
And Judge, I have been appointed on 3 other cases across other courts. I'm perfectly fine with taking over this matter if it pleases the court.
All right, Patterson, if you come down. All right, does he have any other cases other than this 8184?
He does, Your Honor. I believe he has a family violence case out of 13. He has a criminal mischief case out of 9. And my mind is blanking on his other one. I want to say that he had 3 other ones that I.
But he only has this case in.
Only this one here today, I believe.
All right, we're going to go on the record. If I have somebody for the state for the purpose of defense motion to withdraw. Court is calling 2023 CR 8184 State versus Rodney Patterson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris Ailman.
Defense.
Victoria Cruz on behalf of Raymond Martinez, Your Honor, requesting to withdraw.
All right, and are you Mr. Rodney Patterson?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any objection to Ms. Cruz standing in for Mr. Martinez?
No, ma'am.
All right, state, do you have any objection to an oral motion to withdraw?
No, Judge.
All right. Oh, I don't have
There
it.
should be a pleading, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Do you all have a motion to withdraw? All right, while they search for that, counsel,
Judge.
what is your reason for withdrawing?
Financial obligation, failure to meet financial obligation, Your Honor.
All right. Do you have any objection to the attorney's withdrawal?
No, ma'am.
State any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, motion to withdraw will be granted. Defense, before you leave, have you received any discovery from the state?
Not hard copy that needs to be tendered, Your Honor, no.
All right, thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, and counsel, if you state your name for the record.
Andrew K. Hicks.
All right, do you have any objection to being appointed to represent Mr. Patterson?
None, Your Honor.
And are you the attorney who's on his other cases in misdemeanor court?
I am.
All right, then this will be your attorney. Do you have any objections to this attorney being appointed?
No, ma'am, I sure don't.
All right, so we can go off the record. So we were scheduled on this case for a jury trial.
Obviously, Judge, I'm not prepared for trial.
Yeah. Ms. Ferguson, will you set, how long would you all expect the trial to last? All right, it's an evade and arrest detention with the vehicle. Ms. Ferguson, it should be 3 days. I'm gonna give you a jury trial date and a plea deadline date. If things are worked out before then, your attorney can come over sooner. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. And it's 3 days.
I can do that April 1st.
All right.
Certainly, Judge, and we can see if we can work something out prior to then there. I'll be reviewing the discovery and then we'll be chatting, okay?
All right, so if your attorney wants you brought over sooner, you can be brought over sooner than that, but your jury trial date will be April 1st.
Okay.
And how long do you think it'd take for you to review everything?
Judge, probably a week, 2.
All right, do you want it brought back for 3 weeks just for a status?
I think that would be a great idea.
All right, Norma, his jury trial date is going to be April 1st, 2025, so he doesn't lose his spot. And then if we can have him brought over for a status update in 2 weeks.
Let me just triple check, Judge, make sure I don't have like 7 settings that day.
Okay.
I have a case that's on the call docket out of County Court 12, Judge.
Okay. Oh, we'll see you here.
Okay, sounds
All right,
great.
thank you. All right.
All right. Yes, yeah.
And Norma, if you can make sure he's appointed.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. Sure.
Yoshio Dela Cruz. All right, we're waiting your attorney.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Alberto Sanchez Jr. Norma.
Yes, ma'am.
Second. And everyone, the court's going to take a 5-minute break. All right, if you will have them look, we'll take care of it.
I am trying to find his numbers.
Okay. Yoshio Dela Cruz.
Present, Judge. Your Honor, well, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm still
Okay, sure.
concerned with the statement.
All right, no problem. Oh, thank you. In court, sorry. This is some voice reporter. Y'all can, yeah, y'all can understand if I don't. I can't figure it out. I was wondering if y'all can come up with that one on one. Like that. Yeah, we're gonna take on break at noon, but I need to go pick something up, but I'll be there. And Deputy Laura. Deputy Laura, if you could bring up the following people, or Deputy Mejia. Let me see, it is Elizabeth Bromo. She's on page 4. And I'm trying to see if that's the only one that's for Denny Callahan. Okay, that sounds good. I think that's the only one. All right, thank you.
Trader.
Oh, trader. All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Oh, no, you can leave it here. They're my eyeglasses. Otherwise, I won't be able to see. Okay.
All right, I'll open it and see what's going on. All right, thank you so much.
I'm so happy.
It was like. You're crying, things were following.
Actually, you got it. Don't forget to leave with it though this time. Yes, ma'am.
It's gonna be able to get locked in, like.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, Deputy Laura. You know, I said this was gonna be my year of saying no, because sometimes you're just too busy and you run yourself ragged. Do you know how many people are running for mayor?
Like 10 or 11?
18.
That's a lot.
And so I'm supposed to be helping the church out so that people will get a chance to know who all of these people are.
Goodness.
And it's 18 people.
Anything else?
I've already said yes. You know, I say I'm gonna say no, but you know, when it comes to the community, I'm like, okay. Yes. No. All right, so are you all ready on Dela Cruz or no? All right.
I apologize.
Oh, no problem. Who's here on Jose Martin Garcia Corona? Did I already do that? All right, so I tell you what, since it appears that nobody is going to do it, somebody needs to do it. I'm going to pick up the phone and call this attorney's office.
I reached out to the MAC and they said they had heard from him on Friday and he said he would be here. And I know they were gonna try to reach out to him again, but I haven't gotten an update.
Okay. Well, we're going to make it happen. All right, let me call this attorney and see where he is.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I messed up.
Don't. Sorry, don't do that to me.
Yes.
Very graphic right now.
Sorry, they made some calls and had it printed.
All right.
I don't see a place on there where it says deny.
Thank you. So you should be good. Just go in the back and have the clerks to put it in the system.
I think you just granted it, but didn't you?
All right, just one second. Hey, how you doing? Okay. All right. Are you all ready on Dela Cruz? Yes.
Take care of it, okay?
Oh, she told me to give it to you.
Oh, that makes it okay. I'll take it, give it to Heidi in the back, but
I'll take it in the back.
appreciate it.
No, she did say to give it.
Okay.
I gotta do good long work.
All right. So where are we on this case?
Your Honor, state and I have conferred, we've come to an agreement. I believe the state's gonna need some time to draft the plea paperwork.
Okay.
I mean, we can either come back this afternoon or I've got to be back in the morning too,
All right.
whichever the court's pleasure.
Well, to save your client, we can come back this afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So we'll be back at 1:30. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
It's okay. That's 1:30.
1:30?
Elizabeth, you were waiting on something? Is it Sanchez?
It is, Judge.
Yes.
It was set for a motion to set bond today, but he's in Karnes County, so there was some issues getting him on Zoom for today, but we're asking if we can do it tomorrow.
Sure.
Norma has talked to them.
All right, so we'll do it tomorrow. All right, thank you.
And Judge, is the Zoom gonna change? by
No,
chance?
it's not.
Okay. Just I can send that email out.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, is the client for Elizabeth Roma? Can you come down, please? Could I see the file on Elizabeth Roma, please?
Ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge.
Hello. Hi. There have been some issues with Odyssey. And so sometimes attorneys will receive their notice, sometimes they will not. But it's not the court staff fault or anyone's fault. It's not your attorney's fault. It's something with the computer system and the new program that's been in place. Normally what will end up happening is when something is set, coordinator puts it in the system, which she did. And then what will end up happening is attorneys will automatically be notified through the system and your attorney was not notified. So he is not in county. So we're going to recall you back for tomorrow. Yes, so you'll come back tomorrow and your attorney will be here tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for being patient. You're welcome.
That one where he wants to come down the street. Someone from his firm is coming. They're just in the courthouse.
All right. We're recessing at noon.
Okay.
All right. Thank
They'll
you.
be here to take care of that.
All right. Thank you. All right, everyone, I have to do a hard break at noon. So let's go over the docket so everyone will have the correct dates. Sean, let's see this. Deputy Laura,
Yes, Jenny.
I don't see this. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. Okay. See, I will always have flowers. All right, Norma? Yes. I believe this is for the state and defense.
Falling apart today. Oh, but. Remind me. I know. LaShawn.
As far as that.
Okay.
Judge, can we approach?
Yes, what are you approaching on?
It's on Jamal Fisher. It's on today's docket.
Okay.
And I guess that we're working out a plea bargain that we have agreed to.
Mhm.
And they were gonna prepare the paperwork, and I understand we've recessed until 1:30.
Yes.
But I think they have an issue. They just want to ask about the victim.
Yes, Your Honor, my understanding, or not understanding, the defendant is in jail today. And our plea agreement is for probation. And so my understanding is the court has the option for PSI or not. I'm trying to figure out if the court is going to order a PSI. The reason being is our victim wants to come up and give a victim impact statement. And
Okay,
so,
well, we can take the plea and we can always bring him back tomorrow for victim impact.
Okay.
All right.
well, he's fine to come up today. I just don't know if,
Sure.
if he would be sentenced today or if he would.
No,
be
we can
ordered.
recall him for tomorrow for sentencing, but do the plea today.
Well, I guess if you're gonna order a PSI, it would be,
I don't need to order PSI
okay. then-
unless you all
Then we can proceed.
want a PSI.
Okay, then we can proceed.
We'll do it with
that.
30.
Okay,
Okay,
question
no problem.
answered.
Thank you.
Judge.
You're welcome. And who is your client?
Jamal Fisher.
All right. Oh, no. They'll
We'll be
barely
back.
do the paperwork.
I'll be back, Mitch.
All right, James McGarity, the court is calling 2025 CR 000625W, State versus James McGarity. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Marissa
Giovanco for Mr. McGarity.
And are you James McGarity? Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Judge, this one is a little bit unusual. I have been Mr. McGarity's attorney on his aggravated assault case for some time now. However, the drug cases, Norma was gonna add me to them this morning.
Okay.
So I have reviewed on the one we're taking a plea on, we have gone over the police report and the lab test. I have not received anything else. Mr. McGarity is aware of that. I did kind of add a stipulation to the discovery. He is willing, I'd like him to say that on the record, but he is willing to go forward and plea, knowing that there is still video evidence and a warrant that I have not reviewed. Well, the warrant's the same, so just the video evidence that I have not reviewed.
All right, is that correct? And do you still wish to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. And was there a previous attorney appointed on this case or no?
No, Judge. It was just going to be indicted today or tomorrow, I believe. So we have reviewed everything, the lab test and everything, and we're satisfied with the plea on the case, but there was not a previous attorney appointed.
All right. And Mr. McGarity, have you reviewed the document entitled Waiver of Indictment, Reading of Information and Rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand you have a right to have a grand jury hear the evidence in this case and make a decision on whether or not to hold you over for trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand your attorney has certain rights? She has 10 days to prepare for trial and 2 days from the presentation of this information to proceed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you wish to give up all of those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Did you review the felony information with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the information?
I do, Judge.
State you're proceeding on the information as presented? Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by information you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, there are no applications. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do believe, yeah.
Do you believe he's currently competent and is legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe he was.
Mr. McGarity, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 6 months in the state jail facility. The state will take in consideration 2025 PF 02499, and there's a $2,000 fine. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge. I would just like to be heard on the fine at the appropriate time.
All right. State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, Cindy, are you okay?
Yeah, I just need a drink.
Okay, go ahead, take a drink. Yeah. All right, did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then to the offenses charged by information, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
I have gone over, are you okay? I have gone over that with my client and we have no objection.
All right. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you understand again, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. You sure you're okay? I'm trying to get there. Someone gave me a cross. Okay. State. This is. Okay, thank you. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we are just asking if you could waive the fine, probate the, well, there's no probating the fine. If you could do anything with the fine, he is going into custody and does not have money to be paying that. I know time and money will run concurrent, but that's a significant fine in this case. We're also asking for credit for time served. I believe he has like 99 days.
All right, the court will, as previously stated, is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 6 months in the state jail facility. Give you credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. Take in consideration 2025 PF 02499. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing? Defense?
No, not from defense.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed the plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record, and we're recessing for the day, and Cindy, you can go take care of that.
Oh, hope you feel better.
All right, so do better with your life. I understand. All right, good luck to you.